Welcome back, guys, to the Alpha Bravo podcast, where we discuss everything real estate. So whether you're a beginner or you have some experience, we're going to share some tips and stories to help you guys grow. I'm your host, Eric.
And I'm your host, Freddie.
And today we have a very special guest. It's someone that we've already done some deals with in the past. He's a former Marine and now CEO of his own company, several companies, and we'll go into more detail about that. But please welcome to the podcast, Javier Romero.
Hey, Javier, nice to have you. Well, first of all, thank you for having us.
Yeah, we got a little different setup today.
Minute, right?
Yeah, and it worked out, man.
Yeah, I know. We've been trying to meet for a while, right?
Yes. Since we've done our deal, we did our deal first, and then I was like, hey, let's link up, and it's been a couple months.
That was the fastest deal I've done in my life. You
Yeah.
called me, it was like a Thursday, and we had a buyer by like Saturday morning.
Yeah, and we closed the following week.
We closed,
Yeah, in a nice neighborhood in Charlotte too. That was one I wish we could have kept ourselves, but
Yes.
hey, it is what it is.
Yes.
But I'm glad we could work together, finally meet up and everything. And I appreciate you. I know we have a little different setup today here at your own podcast studio, so we appreciate letting us come by and do this here. So Javier, just start us off a little bit, just for the people that don't know you, a little bit about your background, what you did, prior to real estate, and how you got involved in real estate.
All right. Well, I'm from Venezuela, born in Venezuela. Came here to the U.S. when I was 17 to go to college. Ended up joining the Marines. Then I got out. Right. that's the most food shit I've ever lived.
I gotta keep motivated,
bro. Joined the Marines. Then started an insurance company, and that actually took me to real estate. So with the insurance company, we did very well. I started buying houses. And the lenders just asked me where the cash was coming from. And I'm like, well, I have an insurance agency with 10,000 customers. So they asked me if they could sell their loans to my customers. And I was like, well, as long as I get paid, you can do whatever you want.
Mine, yeah.
And that's how we started lending. And it's been 4 years since we started lending.
Nice.
Now we do some wholesaling because we have the buyers. So we partner with guys like you that have deals, and then we find the buyer for you and we close on it.
Nice. How long have you had the insurance company before you merged into the real estate?
So I started insurance 2017. So it was 3 years before I started in real estate.
3 years?
Yeah.
Nice. What were you doing before insurance?
Marines. Marines, and I was in the reserves.
Yeah.
So I was,
Part-time?
Any job that, weekend warrior.
Yeah.
Any job that I could do, security. I worked at Allstate and MetLife in insurance, which is how I got the capital to open the insurance company.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
It took me 4 years.
Gotcha. How similar is the running an insurance company to the real estate right now? Is there similarities in those two, or just completely different?
Well, because we do lending, it's the same thing. We just change the product, right? So we're selling insurance, now we sell loans. It's actually easier because we do 100% financing.
Gotcha.
Whereas insurance, you kind of have to sell the product. I'm giving you 100% financing. It's kind of like a no-brainer for you.
Right. Beat that, especially if you have a deal.
So is this more like fix and flip loans, or what kind of loans are you doing?
So we do both. We do fix and flip. We do rentals and cash out refis.
Okay.
So fix and flip is 100% financing. You just have to pay closing costs. Purchases on investment properties, 80%. That's standard. And then on cash out refi, we can go up to 80% as well.
Wow. So the fix and flip, 100% finance.
100% finance.
And renovation as well.
Yeah.
Talk to us a little more about that, because I know there's a lot of people that are listening that use hard money lenders, private money lenders. Most of the time, they're only getting 80 to 90% funding, 100% of reno. So 100% is that can be game changer for a lot of people. So I guess kind of walk us through how are you able to do 100%, I guess, compared to other people? And
so we partner with a few lenders, and we have our own funds too. So if for some reason the deal only qualifies for 90%, I'll come up with the extra 10% and match you, so I can get you to 100% financing.
Nice.
That's why it's a game changer, right? Because most lenders don't want to put their own money.
Right.
They tell you they're lenders, but they're not lending anything.
Gotcha.
They're just brokering it. So if the lender says, hey, we can only do 90%, I'll put the 10% and get you to 100.
Nice. That's definitely a game changer. But I wonder how you underwrite your borrowers. Do they need to have a certain amount of fix and flips before you lend out?
We can do it's asset based, right? Like strictly asset based, not like other people tell you it's asset based. And they say that you have a shitty credit score.
Yeah.
We do check credit score, but as long as you don't have any late mortgage payments, we don't care. I've had people with 520 approved for 100% financing.
Wow.
First time flip. So the deal has to make sense. We can go up to 75% ARV. And so you pretty much have to have enough cash in the bank for closing costs and reserves for 6 months worth of payments.
Okay,
Yeah,
6 months worth of payments, closing costs, up to 75% of the ARV. That's including all the renovation cost, purchase price.
Correct.
Okay, got
So
it.
let's say you need 200 for purchase and 50K for rehab, we can fund it 250. And we do a draw, so
Yeah.
you guys are pretty familiar with that. So
Yeah,
we
right.
fix it, take a picture, send the invoice, and we'll give you the money next day.
Nice. Yeah, that's definitely a game changer. With 0%, especially I'm helping out clients doing fix and flips, and coming up with the 20%, 10% is hard. And some lenders don't even look at if you haven't done any fix and flips. So any history, you don't have a history, so they don't even look at you. But it's pretty cool that you look at the base, you go based on the asset of what they're doing, based on the project. So, I mean, you're an investor too, so you know what they're going to do with the project.
That's why we do it. So because we work as a backstop for every deal.
Mm-hmm.
So if the lender for some reason has to foreclose on it, we will take over. So Romero Capital takes over, which is why we can get you to 100%. Because they trust us that we will finish the project in case something happens.
How many have you had to do that yet?
Not yet.
Okay,
Not once, which
that's good.
they love us for that. So
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, you're
nor do
screening
we
your
want
buyers
to.
then.
Nor do we want to take the project. So
Right.
Right. I mean, obviously, yeah. I mean, you have it there just in case,
Yeah.
because because of the purchase price and the renovation, that there is a deal to be done there. It's just, and then you're just putting up your name saying, hey, like we will back this if something was to happen.
Exactly.
So, okay, I like that. Okay.
it works pretty great. I mean, we're killing it. I mean, there's no one can compete with us right now on the lending side.
How big is your team?
We only have 3.
Nice.
That's
And
awesome.
Love
we do
it. Yeah.
12 to 15 wholesale. Well, not counting my loan processor, so 5.
Okay.
So we do 12 to 15 deals, wholesale deals a month, and we can do anywhere between 40 to 60 loans a month.
4 to 6 deals a month.
40 to 60
40 to 60 deals a month.
loans,
Loans.
and then 12 to 15
Wholesale deals. And that's just with a team of 5.
Well, yeah, well, I only have 3 actually working on deals, but like, because the other ones are processors, they just gather in documents and.
That's impressive, man. That's
Yeah.
that's-
I mean, you must have a very good system in place to kind of, for only those 3 people. I mean,
I have pretty good guys.
yeah.
pretty good guy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
and
know
I
you,
pay them very well.
Yeah.
So.
awesome.
Key to
awesome.
that.
So, in no like virtual assistants, they're all here in the States.
We're looking for one right now, but we don't
Okay.
have one yet.
Okay.
I'm actually we just interviewed a couple of girls from Venezuela,
Nice.
but just for processing work. Like
Right.
I want
Data
my
entry.
sellers here.
Yeah.
So, is there like some different systems or platforms you guys use that kind of help systematize everything that you guys got going on? Like, what kind of
Right now we're just using
CRMs, like-
Monday, but we're working on building or customizing Salesforce. But that's
Okay.
going to take us
Salesforce.
another 3 to 4 months.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
At least, and then another probably 6 months to optimize
It's
it.
ongoing. You're working on that constantly
Yeah.
because you're gonna figure out some problems. So let's fix this.
Yeah, we partnered with Hyperlink. I think they built T-Mobile's Salesforce.
Mhm.
So it's going to be expensive, but I think it'll be worth it.
Yeah. We definitely need that infrastructure to
Yeah.
handle all those type of calls and business.
Yeah, because we're trying to scale right now. We land in 7 states.
Mhm.
We wholesale mainly just in North Carolina. We just, like I told you, we just got 2 deals in Florida. We'll see how that goes.
Mhm.
Yep.
But yeah, I want to scale countrywide. So
Awesome. So a lot of tools in your tool bag: investing, lending, wholesaling. So
we do trading too. So
you do trading too? Nice. Where do you trade?
Not mostly blue chips. Lately, I've been killing it with DJT. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you.
You're a swing trader.
I actually sell puts and calls. I sell options.
Puts and options.
Yeah. I don't like. I mean, I like buying the stocks, but I like hedging against it. So I don't know if you're familiar with it. Like if you buy a stock, you can sell calls against that stock. So in case it goes
bet
down,
against it. Yeah.
yeah, you get paid on it while it goes
Yeah,
down.
they have
too.
setups for that. Especially when there's the news are trading.
Yeah.
So it goes up and down. So you put a trade up and trade down. It's
Yeah,
called like
and
an
then-
iron condor or something like
Yeah,
that.
you got iron condor.
I
you got
went
strangles, you got
down the
straddles.
rabbit hole before real estate of actually trading
Yeah.
too, and I was like, my stomach is not for.
We're killing it.
Yeah,
I'm up 40% in the last 3 months.
yeah,
That's awesome.
nice, nice. Do you babysit your trades or just let them be?
I watch him.
You watch it?
Yeah, I watch 'em.
I couldn't. I couldn't because I needed to sit down. I was like, well, my strategy thinks this is my exit strategy, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But then I had to go back to work and like, oh my god, missed my exit. I forgot
Yeah.
to sell. Like, no.
Yeah. Well, that's why I sell calls, right? Because if it goes down, you still get paid.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you like the stock, like if you like a stock at 30 and you can sell calls for next week for $1 a share, you're gonna love the stock at 29 if it drops. And if it doesn't drop, then you just make your dollar plus whatever. For example, like I sold DJT calls at 31. The stock's trading right now at 30, 50. And I got paid, I think it was like $1.40.
For sure.
So per share. So like if it goes up to 31, I make the extra 50 cents plus my $1.40. If it drops down to 29 or 29.50, I'm still breaking even because I got paid $1.40. So, I mean, for me, it's great. I mean,
Yeah.
I look for stocks with high IV, so I can get paid more for my calls.
Yeah, makes sense.
What's high IV? I'm not as familiar with it.
Implied volatility.
Okay.
So when a stock is normally moving fast, the IV is gonna go up, which means the calls and puts are gonna be more expensive.
Okay.
So for example, like right before the election, DJT had IV of 800, which I've never seen that before. It was insane.
Okay.
So like I was getting paid like $3. So like the stock was at like, I believe it was at 35 when I started it. I sold puts at $12, and I got paid $3.50 per put.
And you saw them at 12.
I sold them at 12, which means the stock had to drop down from 35 to 12
Oh wow.
for me to even, and I would have still made money, but for the puts to get filled, and the stock had to go down to like 950 for me to start losing money. I was like, that's just not gonna happen. I mean, it could have happened, I guess, but it didn't happen. And I got paid.
It depends on what's trading. It depends what's going on with that company. Like, that's a
Well, the time was election, so
election time. Yeah.
DJT is it's Trump stock. Through Social.
Oh, that's his.
Donald J.
That's his
Trump,
stock.
yeah.
Oh, so that's why it has a lot of volume.
Yeah, exactly. So I
okay,
was
that
like,
makes sense now. Okay.
which I kind of regret not doing it higher.
Yeah.
But I mean, the IV
Hindsight's
was
always 2020, right? Is
What?
that-
yeah. I was like, I mean, yeah. I mean, I killed it. I mean,
Yeah. No, that's what's up, man. Yeah, I remember when there was trading. That was it was between trading and going to real estate route, and I was like trading. That was actually making profits. It was like 2 months. I paid off my car. I was like, yeah, I can do this full time.
Yeah.
Until I actually lost that the following week, and I'm like, no, I don't have the
because
stomach.
you
for this.
actually traded the stock, right?
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
like
I
trading.
used to do swing trades, like do the plays. I went down the rabbit hole for a good year in trading and stuff like that. And I was like, you know what? It's not my personality. It's not my cup of tea. I'd rather see the asset, like the house. Actually, I gotta see it. I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna sell it. Boom, my money. So, but no, it's pretty dope. You actually trade too.
Yeah. I look at it as like insurance. Right? So basically, that's what selling calls and selling puts is. You're selling insurance on your stock.
Yeah.
So you get paid a premium. If it gets exercised, then you own the stock. Like if you sell puts, right? And if it doesn't get exercised, you keep your premium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you trade with indicators?
Yeah. So I actually have now with the AI, you have a few indicators.
I
that
bet
tell
I
you when
haven't
to buy
traded
and
AI.
stuff.
Is it like
It's not that good.
it doesn't tell you, hey, bet on this one.
No, it says buy
Yeah.
when you're trading it, but I feel like everyone's using it.
Yeah.
So the minute it says buy, it shoots up.
Right.
So you're too late at that time. So
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of, and then we say sell, then it's already dropped.
It's already dropped,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's kind of like, okay, sometimes it will bounce back a little bit and then you can actually sell. But I don't like day trading. I sell puts and calls. That's
Right.
what I do. I sell options.
Stick
I get
with
paid
what
my
makes
premium.
money. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, time is it's on my favor, right? So when you sell a call, the stock has to drop or increase by Friday of that week. Or
Yeah.
if I
Depending
sell
how
them-
far you got that
yeah,
contract out.
yeah. So like every day helps me. Every day that stock doesn't move, I make money.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'd rather do that than actually buy the stock and then hope for it to go up.
Yeah.
Because it also gives you room for error. Because like I said, so like if you sell calls 31 for $1.50 or $1.40 and the stock is at 30.50, the stock could drop down to 30. You're still making 90 cents per share.
Have you traded Have you heard of Nadex?
No.
Nadex is like binary options too. That you still call them puts, but they expire at every hour.
Okay.
They expire every hour, every 4 hours, daily, and I think they have a weekly too.
Nadix?
Nadex.
Nadex.
Yeah, yeah. That's how it started, like with buying and selling stocks. But Nadex, and seems like it was it's a bet. You bet if that stock will go up or down.
Yeah.
Same thing as puts and calls, but it has expiration date. It expires on the hour, So you think gold will be $3 by 3 p.m.
By the hour, that's gambling.
That is gambling.
That's
But hey,
gambling.
guess what?
Yeah.
When there's news, you know this thing's gonna skyrocket. So you do your
Oh, you
research
think it's
before
gonna
that.
skyrocket?
But that's the thing. You buy up and you buy down. So either way, it's gonna go up and down. But natives, I traded that for a while. Nope, not profits in there, but it's crazy. Like that it's everything came down to like, okay, I don't have the stomach for this.
Okay.
Let me go do a real estate. But it seems like you have the stomach for everything that comes in.
I mean,
in front of you.
we seem to do okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because I mean, obviously you're doing these puts and calls. You have the Romero Capital, you have the wholesaling. I mean, and you're doing a lot of volume as well. I mean, what's like a day to day look like for you if you have a day to day?
Well, normally I work out in the morning. Then I get on the computer around 9:30. I see how the stocks are performing. See if I have to adjust. Sometimes I'll just let it ride.
Yeah.
Or I'll just exit. Like if I sold the put, the stock showed up, I'm up 50% of my put, I'm out. I don't need to make 100% of my put. And then I start getting deals. Right now I have my office manager is handling all the deals. I'm teaching him how to acquire properties, how to evaluate the properties.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully he can take care of that. Because I feel like in the short term I'm going to start moving more towards trading
Yeah.
than wholesaling. We'll see how it goes because you know how trading is.
Yeah, you gotta keep the tip of the spear sharp.
Yeah.
Constantly training. It's an ongoing process. Training. I mean, you train our acquisition manager on a weekly basis.
Yeah, you said training or
Trading.
Trading.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
trading.
I think I'm eventually going to go more towards
Yeah.
trading because it becomes a problem to. Same problem I had with insurance. So once you have enough capital, it becomes a problem to grow on the wholesale side, right? How do you deploy $4 million in wholesale? You know how many leads I have to buy, how many people I have to train, how many.
That's creating
It's
a lot
just
of work
impossible.
for you. Yeah.
It's not impossible, but it's a lot of work,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Whereas with trading, you can just do it yourself. You know,
Right.
selling calls, selling puts, and you're good. You can lend it, which is all. It's what we do, but we match. So let's say a lender does 90%. You're purchasing the property at 200. I put 20K. I mean, how many houses do I have to lend on to run through $4-6 million?
Yeah, I mean, that's
And then by the time I run through it, they're paying back, and then you just got to keep cycling the money, and
Right.
it becomes a pain.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like the bigger we get, the more I'm going to be moving towards trading. Not that I'm going to stop wholesaling because it's a great business.
Right.
And lending is a great business. I don't see how. I mean, once you start growing, I just don't see how you're going to deploy the money.
Gotcha. So I'm guessing at that point you're just looking at trading as an avenue to get more income for your time,
Yeah, exactly.
your effort. You're gonna get 10 times X rather than going.
Not even 10 times. I mean, I know it's going to get to a point where I'm just going to let it sit and maybe just deal with like SPY or like, index funds. Because the amount of money you have, it's the more money you have, the harder it is to deploy. That's what happened with insurance, right? So one of the reasons I started buying real estate was I couldn't deploy the money in insurance. Same thing, right? How do you deploy $1 million in insurance?
You was capped at the insurance. It was like a roof where you couldn't.
No,
reach.
but you have to hire staff, right? So let's say you have $1 million, right? And you have an insurance company. You want to reinvest the money in the business. How do you do that? You know how many people you have to hire?
Yeah.
You know how many you have to train them, equipment. I mean, to run through $1 million a month. Pay how many people? I mean, let's say you pay them $5,000 a month base pay.
right.
You're talking 10, 100, it's $500,000, 200 people.
Yeah.
And that's not
$1 million.
something you're not really interested
I
in all
wasn't
that.
gonna fucking do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you
The
cuss
least
on
amount
the-
of
on the
people,
podcast?
the better.
I was like, I'm not fucking doing that.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
It's the same thing with wholesaling, right? So like now we have more money because you make more money wholesaling, but it's the same thing. Like how do you run through $4 or $5 million in wholesaling a month?
Right.
I gotta hire all these people, and
I just go ad spend, but that creates more phone calls. I gotta hire more people
Yeah.
to take those inbound phone calls. More.
it's a good problem to have, but it's a problem.
Yeah. So you're not interested in growing this huge team. It's like I'd rather have a tight team, still doing a lot of volume, but then also be able to take my profit that I get, invest that, and
I mean, I want to. It's just it takes time. So like,
Right.
you can't deploy, like I said, you can't deploy $4 million or $5 million in a month.
Right.
You guys, you know how hard it is to hire people, right? So
Right.
you got to hire them, train them. So imagine having to hire 200 people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's all.
Good luck training them in a month.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could always hire a CEO or someone like that can take over a lot of the responsibilities for
You
them and pay them
could,
well
yeah.
and task
Yeah.
them with that.
But it will still be a problem. Like you still have to hire. And the problem is, okay, so let's say you hire 100 people. Now you have 100 wholesalers under you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now you got more money coming in. So
Right.
now it's another problem, right? Because if you make, how much is a wholesaler? Anywhere between 20 to 30K
Mm-hmm.
average. All right. So let's say now you have 100 people. Each one's doing 5 deals a month.
Mm-hmm.
You got 500 deals coming in at 20K on the short end, 20K. So what's that? $1 million?
Yeah.
No,
Close,
more.
no.
No, more. So because it's 20.
It's a lot of money.
20,000 times how many?
200. Yeah, 100 deals will be $2 million.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have 500 coming in, you got $10 million coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck deploying that now.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good
See what I'm saying?
problem to
So
have.
like,
It's
the
a-
more you hire, the more
right.
money comes
Yeah.
in.
I
the
think-
harder
yeah,
it is. The harder it is to deploy.
Yeah.
It becomes a vicious cycle because you can't, unless you're someone that just wants to blow your money, and that's a lot. What I'm not into that. I'm
Yeah.
very-
Right.
It's put in somewhere what creates more.
Yeah. Get a better return on something. Whether
Exactly.
It's putting it in SPY or something
Yeah.
like that. It's letting it grow.
Because think about it, like if you reinvest all the money, you hire people. Okay, now you make more money because you hired people.
Right.
Now you got to keep hiring, and then it just becomes a vicious cycle. I mean,
Yeah.
at what point do you stop?
Stop.
Right.
Yeah, not everybody, like at least I don't share that thought of having like a lot of people under me.
Yeah.
I just quality over quantity 100%.
Exactly.
I
Same
think
here.
especially now with all these different technologies that are out here, AIs, all this stuff. Like you got to be able to utilize those to streamline your business, streamline your process, and get rid of all the headache of having so many people. Because having to manage people's emotions and all this stuff, like that's a
It's a job
That's a
in itself.
pain.
Yeah,
It's
and
a
then
pain.
with AI now you can have one guy doing the job of like 10 people.
right,
Yeah.
right,
So yes, we're 3, but we use AI, so it's like we have 30.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know what I mean?
Yeah. No, a ChatGPT for the
So
win.
I love ChatGPT.
Yeah,
I use it
that's-
for
yeah.
everything.
right.
Yes, sir.
Everything. Like there's there's a few things I don't use it for.
Yeah. No, we use it for a lot of stuff. Our SOPs, our procedures, script that we call tags, training manuals for employees. You name it, we use it.
Contracts.
Negotiation skills too. What I want at the end of the goal of this conversation between me and the seller, and well, you should apply this, and that.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what we do. But yeah, we don't like to reinvent the wheel. Technology, we love the ChatGPT. There's always a win for that.
Right, right.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's super important. So I mean, so you're right now you're doing about 40 to 60 deals a month with
On
the
lending.
with the lending, and then you're doing about how many deals a month?
12 to
Roughly
15
12 to
wholesale.
15 deals, wholesale deals, and that's nationwide, right?
Yeah. Well, it's Charlotte really.
Charlotte.
We
okay.
just started nationwide like a month ago.
Yeah.
Got
How
it.
long you been wholesaling?
About a year and change.
Year. And you just picked up just because of the
Because we have people approved. So when I switched to lending,
yeah.
I started getting my buyers approved, but then they didn't have deals.
Mm.
So I talked to realtors, which was the first thought that came to mind, and
Right.
I found out that they don't know anything. I
Let
know
me
they're
put you
gonna
in
hate me,
search.
but you guys don't know
Let me
anything.
put you in the search.
Yeah,
So most of your buyers come from the lending side.
yeah,
Okay.
like 100% of them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because normally they have a deal
Mhm.
and they come through the pipeline, and we can get them approved. Sometimes the deal doesn't make sense. I'm like, look, it won't get approved, but
Right.
we have these deals.
Right.
And then they'll make a decision whether they want to move on with their deal or our deal. Some of the times, because their deals doesn't make sense, they have to come out of pocket, right? Because I'll finance 10 to 20%, but I'm not financing 30, 40%.
Right.
Right.
Right. If you're, and then I'm not going to get you 100% on we're capped at 75% ARV.
Mhm.
So even if I want to cover the 10%, it's up to 75%.
ARV, yeah.
So if you buy your house and you're in it at 85,
Mhm.
then you got to put the other 10%. There's nothing I can do about that.
Right.
Most of the time, the deals don't make sense.
yeah.
And then even the realtors can't explain why their ARV is what it is. which is it's ridiculous.
Right.
Some of these people shouldn't have a license.
Yeah, I mean, just not only that between the realtors, but also, I mean, you have your appraisers that come out, and you can have 3 different appraisers appraise at 3 different prices, and they can vary tremendously.
Yeah.
So it
Well, you
is
can actually manipulate those. I don't know if you knew. So like, if you list a property on the market, so let's say the property will sell for 400.
right.
But the max comps on the market will support maybe at 450. You can list it at 450, and the appraiser will get those 3 comps that will support that 450 and get you a 450 every.
Yeah.
We did that multiple times.
Really?
Yeah. And I tried it. Like I will list the property. I will not list the property and get like a 350 every. List it and get like a 420.
Once it's on the market, it prices higher.
It appraises higher. It appraises because people see what they look for, right? If I put a 420 price, you're gonna try to support that price, or you're gonna look for that price. If I don't put anything, then you're just gonna put whatever you find.
Gotcha. Unconscious. I can't even pronounce that word. Unconsciously.
Unconsciously?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Unconsciously. My English is not good looking today. But the appraiser is looking at a price. You're already giving him the price.
Exactly.
So all he has, like, okay, in the back of my mind, I say 430. So
Exactly.
I'm gonna shoot that way. And this isn't the first time I hear this. My clients also too. They buy and hold investors.
Yeah.
They do Burge method and like, yeah, I'm gonna list it in the market, but I don't want to sell it just for a few days. Like, why?
Yeah.
I have the appraiser coming in.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah, it happens. Like, and I'm like, no kidding, like up to 60K. That's the highest difference I've seen.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is ridiculous.
Right.
I had a client. He didn't list it. It came at 680, and then he listed it, got at 720. That was a 4K.
Yeah.
So like I've seen it multiple times. Every single time I've done it, it has come higher after you list it.
Right. Because now you're searching for that. Like you said,
You're
you're searching
searching,
for that 430 or whatever.
He's
ARV.
going to assume that you have a realtor, right? And he's going
Right.
to assume that your realtor knows what they're doing. So
Right.
he's going to be like, okay, why did this realtor come up with that 780 price?
Right. Right.
And he's going to look for it. He's going to find 3 comps, because now you also have to make sure you find the highest comps that will support your price.
Right.
Now, that doesn't mean the house is going to sell for 780. It might sell for 700. But as far as the appraisal comes, if you're doing a cash out refi, now you got 80% more.
They
on the
would
cash
have
out.
if you wouldn't list it on the MLS.
Yeah.
Right.
I did
Nice.
that for like the first year.
Yeah.
I did that with 23 houses.
Honestly, I think that just happened recently for us. We sold a house recently for 4. We thought the ARV was around 420. It ended up selling for 430. And the appraiser told Freddie, so hey, I don't think it's going to appraise for this, by the way, because we ended up having to put an extra closet in there anyways to make it a 3rd bedroom. Came back, the appraisal, was fine. Didn't have any issues closing on it. So the appraiser even told us beforehand that they don't think it's going to meet that appraisal, but lo and behold, I mean, it did, and we ended up selling it, no problem.
Yeah, no.
So-
When comps were there to support it. When the appraiser walked into the flip, we have a list of all the repairs that we did. It was under contract within 24 hours, multiple offers. So I let him know, hey, we have multiple offers, dude. Like,
Yeah.
it worked with me on the appraisal. But he at first, he was like, yeah, I don't think it'll appraise, but it appraised.
Yeah.
And-
I've tried it too. Like I had one house, it appraised for 590 here in Charlotte, and I was like, after I did the cash out refi too. So when you do a cash out refi, you cannot lower that price before you do the cash out refi, because then the lending company is gonna go based on your listing price, even if it appraises for more.
Right.
So basically, you do the cash out refi, and I was like, let me see if I can actually sell it for 590.
Yeah.
Right.
I got a 525 offer. At that point, it didn't make sense, right? Because I did cash out on 590.
Yeah.
I would make the same cashing out than I would do selling the house.
Right. Right.
But you cashed out.
But I cashed
you
out.
refinanced. And
Yeah,
you kept the
refinanced and I
house.
kept the property. I still have it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's-
So what's next for you? I know we got a lot. You got a lot going on right
Yeah.
now.
Way too
What's
much.
like? I know we're coming to a close here. It's almost December here in 2024. What's like plans for 2025, or what do you got coming up here soon?
We're growing the wholesale team, the lending team. We're trying to take it nationwide. We actually just hired one guy. We're trying to. I want to see if I can do another 2 cities where we can do 12 to 15 deals a month. I want to see if we can do that by June next year.
But June, that's a big goal, because sort of 15 deals, especially nationwide.
Yeah.
Because now you have to go.
Well, we do it in Charlotte. So if I can replicate it in 2 cities,
Yeah.
Which it should be easier than building it the first time, right? So
Right.
we already know what works. And I'm talking partnering with the wholesalers. Basically, all I have to do is go to the cities, see who the big wholesalers are, and then just partner with them.
Right. You bring the buyers.
You bring the
I bring the
buyers
buyer, they
already,
have the seller.
already
Exactly.
verified and everything.
Yeah.
Right.
Because think about it. You have a house. We can partner. Some wholesalers don't want to work with other wholesalers, which kind of sucks, but they always end up.
They
working
have
with
that
you.
mentality.
Because the thing is, at some point you're gonna have a house that you can't sell, and when that happens, you're gonna call me,
yeah.
and I'm gonna save your ass,
Right.
and then you're gonna be grateful, and then you're gonna give me more deals.
Right.
Yeah.
It has happened multiple times.
Yeah.
Where they're like, oh, I can sell it for $40K more. And I'm like, all right, shoot yourself.
Right.
It's like, and then 2 months later, it's like, my contract's about to expire. I need to buy right now. I'm like,
Right.
well, I'm
Yeah.
not giving you the same price.
we say that often where we'd much rather take part of something than 100% of nothing.
That's
right?
the way I look at it. It's
So-
like, if I can partner with wholesalers and then just sell, like I said, 15 deals, 12 to 15 per week, per month, per city, that's way better than trying to make 40 grand in one deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, plus the energy that gets involved into making the 14 grand deal, because you have to go find the buyer. With you, they're already approved.
Yeah.
The buyer's there.
And people can focus on what they're better at, right? If you're really good at acquisition, then focus on acquisition.
Right.
Yeah.
Why are you trying to wholesale the deal too?
Right.
Like, let me get you the best price possible because I have the lending for it, and we'll split it. We can do 50. Like that one we did was a 50-50 split. If you're giving me a ton of deals, I might do like a 70-30 where I only take 30% and you make 70%. It just depends on the wholesaler.
Yeah.
Got it.
Because if you're feeding me, I have buyers. If you're feeding me,
Yeah.
Right.
I could go down to 20%. I don't care because now I'm doing multiple deals.
Right. It's more about just the volume. It's more about making it easier on everybody.
On everybody.
You know, and if you can do more volume, you know, with lower amount of spread, you're still paying the bills. Everyone's still making money. Everyone's happy, and it's less headache.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, we want to do what's best for everybody's time because time is the most valuable resource we have.
Absolutely.
Right. So, Javier, I really appreciate you. Thanks so much for coming on the podcast today. Again, it was great to connect with you a little bit more today. I think a lot of people are going to get a lot of value. Where can people find you, learn more about you, all that stuff?
Romero Capital. That's our name on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. TikTok as well. So
Got it.
Awesome.
Well, again, thank you so much. And for everyone else out there, we'll see you guys next time.
See you guys.